Hello and welcome to Everyday Matters. So in my last video, I talked about the 5 habits you need to break if you really want to be successful in life. And we all know that it is much harder to break a bad habit than it is to learn a new one. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you 4 steps that you can take that will help you break bad habits and eliminate them from your life successfully. Hello and welcome back to Everyday Matters with Tari. I'm here to give you lifestyle advice and tips to help you live your dreams and achieve your goals faster. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe by clicking on the little subscribe button at the bottom so you don't miss out on any of my updates. Before I go on, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching my last video, the 5 habits you need to break if you want to be successful in life. If you haven't watched that video, it's going to be in the description box below. You need to watch that video. Okay, I got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, and I want to say thank you to everyone that shared my video, to everyone that liked, for all your comments. I really appreciate every one of you. That is what keeps me going. So the first thing you need to know about habits is the fact that habits are in our lives for a reason. Okay, majority of the time it's like a coping mechanism put in place by our subconscious mind to try and protect us from harm, from discomfort, from pain. Okay, so a lot of people exhibit bad habits because they have, maybe deep down within them, they have some kind of pain they are going through, or maybe they have something that they're trying to hide. So that is why a lot of people would exhibit bad habits. So that's the first thing we need to know about habits. Okay, and in order for us to break bad habits, the first thing we need to do is acknowledge the fact that we have a bad habit. Because if you don't acknowledge the fact that you have a bad habit, there's no way you can take steps to breaking them. So a lot of people try to shy away from their bad habits. They try to hide it or try not to think about it. But the truth is, the more you try to shy away from your habits, the easier it is for you to continue to exhibit those habits. So the first thing you want to do, if you really want to break those bad habits, is to acknowledge the fact that you have a bad habit. Say, for instance, I'm a procrastinator. I tell myself, you know what? I know I procrastinate. That's the first step. Okay, if you are an overspender, you tell yourself, you know what? I actually do spend a lot of money. I spend a lot of time on TV. Oh, really, I blame people for my mistakes and for my failures. That is the first step. So once you are able to acknowledge the fact that this is a bad habit in your life, then you can take steps towards eliminating those habits. Once you've been able to acknowledge the fact that you have a bad habit, the next thing you want to do is to identify the triggers. So what are the things that cause you to exhibit those bad habits? Okay, you need to ask yourself, who are the people around you? Are you exhibiting those habits because of the people around you? What time do you normally exhibit those bad habits? Where are you when you exhibit those bad habits? So you need to identify the triggers. You need to look deep down within you and ask yourself real questions like, okay, why do I do these things that I do? What is a major cause why I'm doing what I'm doing? So you need to ask yourself a question. Majority of the time, for people that procrastinate, majority of the time people feel like, oh, I have a lot of time to do it. But most of the time, people procrastinate because of fear. And I've seen this in a lot of people. They're afraid of failure. So they're afraid, like, if I do it and I fail, what is going to happen? And I tend to ask you, what if you do it and you succeed? Right? So you will never know if you will succeed if you don't try. So you just need to do it. Okay, people are afraid of criticism. So what if I do it and someone criticizes me? Fine, criticism is good. It helps you to grow. It helps you to develop yourself better. If no one criticizes you, that means you would never be able to grow. So do not be afraid of being criticized. So some people are afraid of what people would say. I'll tell you, if you keep thinking of what people would say, you will never be able to take steps. You will just be where you are. So you might as well just forget about what people say, what people would say, and just do what you need to do, things that will help you achieve your goals. So forget about what people will say. Forget about criticism, because it will happen anyway. Whether you do something or you don't do it, people will criticize you. If you fail or you succeed, people will still talk about you anyway. So why don't you go ahead and do it? Okay, and if you're afraid, the worst thing that can happen is that you fail. And what if you fail? What happens then? You try again. Okay, so stop being afraid. Stop being stuck in one place and not taking steps. Stop procrastinating because you're afraid, because the worst thing that can happen is that you would fail. If that's your biggest fear, if you fail, what happens? You try again. Okay, and when you fail, it helps you to grow. It becomes like a learning curve for you. Okay, for people that overspend, a lot of times they want to impress people. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, why do I spend so much? Why am I buying all those things? Okay, do I really need these things? Why am I doing it? So you need to ask yourself deep questions. Okay, people that try to impress, you find that at the end of the day, you put yourself in debt, which is not something that is funny at all. Okay, so sometimes when you're in debt, you're not able to sleep, you're not able to do anything, you even have high blood pressure because you are in debt. So it is not a good thing. I've seen people in debt, they turn off their phones, they're in the house, they say, okay, they're not in the house because they're in debt. Okay, and why did they fall into debt? You're trying to please people in the first place. So do not try to impress people. Do not try to impress anyone. The only person you owe responsibility to is yourself. Okay, so don't try to impress people, because even the things that you do, they might not even notice it. Okay, don't try to impress people. Do not live above your means. So you need to ask yourself questions. These people that I'm trying to impress, do they even notice me, or do we have the same sort of income? Okay, some people want to be classed in the same level with other people when you know that you're not in that level in the first place. So please, you need to ask yourself questions. People that watch too much TV, ask yourself questions. A lot of the time it's because they probably have not much to do. Okay, so when you don't have so much to do, then you need to get yourself engaged. You need to get yourself busy. Okay, so it's very important. So like I said before, the first step we need to do is to acknowledge we have a bad habit. The second step is to identify the trigger. So what causes you to exhibit those bad habits? Is it because of the people around you? So sometimes some people are so comfortable where they are, so that they can't even be bothered to do anything. That's one reason why people procrastinate. Okay, they are so comfortable, they don't have people around them that will challenge them. And someone says, if you show me the 5 people that are in your life, the 5 closest people in your life, I can easily tell what your life would be like. Okay, so if you procrastinate because the people around you do not have drive to do anything, then that's something you need to check. You need to ask yourself if that's what you really need in life. And if you're the one that's always blaming other people for your failures, for your mistakes, then you need to ask yourself the real question: why do you blame people for your mistakes? Why do you blame people for your failures? Okay, so these are very important. In order to identify the triggers, you need to ask yourself, you need to sit yourself down and ask yourself personal questions. That will help you to identify the triggers. So once you've been able to identify the triggers, then what you need to do is eliminate those triggers. And the best way to eliminate those triggers is to actually catch yourself doing it. Okay, so be mindful of what you're doing. Say, for instance, you're going to procrastinate. You just tell yourself, okay, I'm doing it again. And then if you do that, then you will be able to eventually stop procrastinating. Okay, so if you're going shopping, you tell yourself, okay, I'm doing it again. You just catch yourself doing it. It's one of the easiest way to be able to eliminate bad habits. Okay, so once you've been able to eliminate it, so it's not easy to say, okay, that's it, I'm not doing this thing anymore. What you want to do is swap your bad habits for something better, something healthier, something that will be more beneficial to you. Okay, so if you are the type that procrastinate, then what you want to do is just take steps and just do what you're supposed to do. If you're the type that goes shopping and spend a lot of money all the time, you overspend, live above your means, and try to look for something. Instead of going shopping, try to spend time with your friends. Have time alone with your friends, with your family. Just try to do something else. Maybe read a book. If you're the type that watches TV and spend time on social media, you want to read a book, you want to you want to do something else, something that will be helpful to you, something that will help you grow, something that will develop you. That's what you want to do. And the last thing you want to do is do something every day that takes you closer to your goal, because it's not easy to say, that's it, I'm not procrastinating anymore, I'm not spending anymore, I'm not watching TV anymore. It is not easy. So you do take one step at a time. I always say in all my videos, one step at a time to breaking bad habits. So one step at a time, do something every day, set yourself daily goals, set yourself weekly goals, and then monthly goals, and that would help you to eliminate those bad habits from your life. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it helps me a lot. Leave your comment down in the comment section, and please like and share this video. Share it with your friends and your family so they too can benefit from my videos. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.